Have you ever felt like you're just drifting through life, waiting for something to happen? That was Kenji. He lived in a small, quiet town, working a job that paid just enough to get by, but left him feeling empty. Every day was the same. Wake up tired, drag himself to work, come home exhausted, and numb the day away in front of a screen. His dreams felt like distant stars, beautiful but unreachable. He felt trapped, like a spectator in his own life story, with the plot going nowhere. The future looked like a long gray road, stretching out with more of the same. He yearned for a change, a spark, anything to break the monotony, but he had no idea where to even start. One rainy evening, while sheltering in a dusty old bookstore, Kenji stumbled upon a forgotten book. Its title was simple, The Golden Hour. It wasn't a bestseller or a famous guide. It was a quiet little book with a sun embossed on its faded cover. The book spoke of a magical time, the hour just before dawn, a time it called the 25th hour of the day. This hour, it claimed, belonged to no one but you. It was a secret pocket of time, free from the world's demands and distractions. The author, an old sage, wrote that in this quiet stillness you could hear your own heart, reclaim your energy, and slowly, piece by piece, rebuild your life. The idea was simple, almost too simple. Could waking up early really change anything? Skeptical but desperate, Kenji decided to give it a try. What did he have to lose? That first morning was brutal. The 5 a.m. alarm felt like a siren in the dead of night. Every fiber of his being screamed to go back to sleep. The warmth of his bed was a comforting prison he didn't want to escape. He fumbled for the alarm, his mind a foggy mess of excuses. Just 5 more minutes. It's too dark. This is a silly idea. But then, the image of the book, The Golden Hour, flashed in his mind. He remembered the feeling of being stuck, the endless gray road. With a groan, he forced his feet onto the cold floor. That small act, that first victory against his own inertia, felt surprisingly significant. He stumbled into the kitchen, made a warm cup of tea, and sat by the window, watching the world sleep. The town was silent. The only sounds were the gentle hum of the refrigerator and the distant chirp of an early bird. The sky was a deep, inky blue, slowly giving way to soft shades of purple and pink at the horizon. There were no emails pinging, no social media notifications, no pressures. It was just him and the dawn. In this profound quiet, Kenji felt something he hadn't felt in years: peace. He wasn't thinking about his bills, his boring job, or his frustrations. He was just present. He picked up an old notebook and a pen, and without any specific goal, he just started writing. He wrote about his dreams of opening a small woodworking shop, a passion he'd buried long ago. He sketched out ideas for little wooden toys and custom furniture. The words and drawings flowed effortlessly, as if they had been waiting just beneath the surface, desperate for a quiet moment to emerge. He started making this his ritual. Every morning at 5 a.m., he would wake up, make his tea, and sit in his quiet corner. Some days he would write, planning out his future woodworking business step by step. He researched different types of wood, learned about joinery techniques from online videos, and designed his first few pieces. Other days, he would simply read, absorbing knowledge and finding inspiration in the stories of others who had changed their lives. And some mornings, he would just sit in silence, meditating, watching the sunrise paint the sky. This golden hour became his sanctuary, his strategy room, and his creative studio all in one. He wasn't just waking up early. He was waking up to his own life. The fog in his mind began to clear. He started his workday feeling energized and focused, not tired and resentful. This new energy began to spill over into the rest of his day. At his job, he was more efficient and proactive. He finished his tasks with time to spare, time he used to network and learn from senior colleagues. They noticed the change. He was no longer the quiet, disengaged guy in the corner. He was bright, full of ideas, and had a newfound confidence. His evenings changed too. Instead of collapsing on the couch, he used the time to work on his craft. He bought some basic tools and started bringing his sketches to life in his small shed. The first few pieces were clumsy and imperfect, but with each one, his hands grew more skilled. His confidence grew stronger. The shed, once a dusty storage space, became his workshop, filled with the scent of sawdust and the promise of a new beginning. Months turned into a year. Kenji's morning ritual was now an unshakable habit. His shed was filled with beautiful, handcrafted wooden items. He started selling them at a local weekend market. At first, he only sold a few items, but people were drawn to the quality and the story behind his work. Word of the woodworker who carves with his heart began to spread. Soon, he was getting custom orders. The small trickle of extra income became a steady stream. He saved every penny, his dream of opening his own shop no longer a distant star, but a destination on the horizon. His life had a purpose, a direction. He wasn't just working for a paycheck anymore. He was building his own future, one sunrise at a time. The day finally came when Kenji walked into his boss's office, not with dread, but with a grateful smile. He handed in his resignation. It was a scary leap, but he wasn't afraid. The 5 a.m. club had taught him discipline, resilience, and an unwavering belief in himself. He used his savings to rent a small storefront on a charming little street. The Sunrise Workshop was born. His shop became a beloved spot in the community, a place filled with the warmth of handcrafted wood and the inspiring story of its creator. Kenji was no longer the man drifting through life. He was the captain of his own ship, navigating with purpose and passion. He was happier, healthier, and more fulfilled than he ever thought possible. Kenji's story isn't a fairy tale. It's a testament to a simple, powerful truth. How you start your day can determine your destiny. That golden hour, that 25th hour, is waiting for you too. It's a gift of time you can give yourself. You don't need a magic lamp or a winning lottery ticket. You just need an alarm clock and the will to answer its call. In that pre-dawn quiet, you can plan, you can learn, you can create, you can meditate. You can become the architect of your own life. Waking up at 5 a.m. didn't just change Kenji's schedule. It changed his entire mindset. It gave him the control he'd been craving and unlocked the potential that was inside him all along. So I want to ask you, what dream have you buried? What passion is waiting to be rediscovered? Maybe your own golden hour is calling. It might be hard at first, but like Kenji, you might find that the most difficult battles are fought and won in the quiet moments before the world wakes up. The sunrise holds a promise of a new beginning every single day. The only question is, will you be awake to see it? Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, give it a like and subscribe for more inspiration. See you next time.